All right, Coach, we're going to start off with Justin.
Okay.
Coach, you'll pardon me in advance. I know you've been asked about a million and a half questions about your freshman already, but since we just talked to Tristan a moment ago, just if you could share just what you guys are getting in him and what you've seen out of him thus far.
Yeah, Tristan's a really good. He's going to be such a good player. We're really lucky to have him, and his upside is unlimited. I mean, he can be a pro. There's no doubt about it. We got multiple freshmen that have that upside. But the thing I really like about Tristan, he's really smart. He's smart in the classroom. We knew that when we recruited him. You never know if the classroom smarts, correlate with the basketball smarts. And I think with him, they do. He's a guy who's very conscientious. He wants to do the right thing. He doesn't like making mistakes. And one of the things I think we've had to work with him and I need to talk to him after today's practice, is he's got to be a little bit more patient with himself, because he is smart and he doesn't want to make mistakes. When he does, sometimes he gets down on himself. Jabari's a little bit the same way. Neek is a little bit the same way. And Luke is a little bit the same way. They've got to be able to play through mistakes and understanding that they're going to make mistakes, and it's okay. It's you got to learn from them, so you're not making the same mistake twice. But the other thing I've learned about Tristan, he's very analytical. He really likes to analyze things, and sometimes that can be really good. And sometimes if you're analyzing while you're playing, it's really bad because the game's moving. The game moves too fast to analyze. You got to analyze at timeouts or watching film the next day, or before practice or after practice, but certainly not during practice when the ball is live. So he's going to be terrific, though. I love Tristan Da Silva, and really, really excited that he's a Buff, and he's going to be a great player for Colorado.
All right, next up, Pat.
Coach, we're just like about 2 weeks in now to practice. I guess maybe can we get a general progress report? You like where the team's at right now? A little behind the 8 ball from the weird fall. Where would you just say the team is at right now?
Yeah, we're a little bit behind where I'd like to be. And part of that, McKinley's been a little bit hobbled. He's not quite himself. So he's not at full strength. Today was the first day I felt defensively, Pat, like we got a chance to be pretty good defensively. Up until today, I felt like we were a below average Pac-12 defensive team. I told the players that yesterday before practice. Part of my job as a coach is to be real with them, be honest. I'm not here to blow smoke, up their skirts. I'm here to let them know what's real, what's not real. And I think the guys responded to that. And I liked our defensive intensity today. Right now, a lot of our new guys, and again, they're new to the program, so they don't understand, what Colorado basketball is about yet. I think they're learning, but, their defensive mindset is nowhere near where it needs to be. And it's incumbent to me upon our veteran players, our returning guys, to let them know that and exhibit that in practice, on a day-to-day basis. Up until today, we hadn't done it, but today was really good.
All right, Neil.
Hey, Coach, a little bit more on Tristan there. With 6'8" length and a lot of wingspan, it looks like. Where does he fit into that lineup, and where do you see him, contributing if he does right away?
Well, great question, Neil. I think a lot of it depends on, other guys and how well they play, how consistent they are. Again, the thing about Tristan that makes him special is his ability to play on the perimeter, because he can really shoot the three and he can put the ball on the floor. His perimeter game right now is probably a little bit ahead of his post game, but he's also got the ability to go down low and score over smaller guards because he's got such great size. And you say 6'8", he's closer to 6'9", I think. I mean, he's tall and he's skilled and he can stretch the floor. And so I see him playing at the 3 spot some and at the 4 spot some. And where that ends up being is going to be dependent upon a lot of other things. Those are 2 positions that are really difficult to learn because they're very different. And whereas the 2 and the 3, there's a lot of similarities. The 4 and the 5, there's a lot of similarities. But the 3 and the 4 are different. And so, again, Tristan has got the mental makeup to be able to do that. How quickly he can acclimate and where he fits in best, yet to be seen, Neil. But we're only 11 practices in. You know, we still have a few more ahead of us. So, and it's going to be a work in progress for all of our freshmen.
All right, thanks.
All right, we'll circle back. Justin?
Coach, you alluded to it a moment ago, but how important is it for you to just to be able to lean on your seniors as your lieutenants, so to speak, just with regards to kind of getting your young guys up to speed on the culture here at Colorado, and especially on the defensive side of things, your expectations and the pars on that note?
Critical, Justin, really critical, because, you know, it's one thing for them to hear it from the coaching staff and coming out of my mouth or assistant coaches' mouths. But it's a totally different thing when they hear it come from McKinley or Evan or Deshaun or Dallas or Maddox or, you know, one of our Eli, one of our veteran guys. You know, they have to really have their voices heard. And look, this team is only going to be as good as our veterans are. I think our freshmen are really talented. They're going to help us, you know, at times this year. They're going to fill a lot of holes, and they're going to be great players as their careers progress. But we're not in a position where we can rely on those freshmen to help us win games. And that may change as the season rolls on, and one of them really, or two of them, or all four of them emerge. But right now, we're only be as good as our veterans, especially early.
All right, Coach, last question is from Pat.
Coach, so the McKinley situation you mentioned, anything that could compromise him at the beginning of the year, or is he just kind of banged up?
No, he's just banged up. Nothing that'll compromise him. McKinley's tough, and we know he wants to play, and but he'll be fine. But he just, like I said, he's just not. You know, he's not in the regular routine yet. So he'll get there. I'm not worried about it. And the good thing is, with McKinley being hobbled a little bit, Keyshawn, Eli, Dominique Clifford, you know, those guys have gotten a lot of reps, you know, and even Isaac Jessup, who's a walk-on for us this year, but Isaac's been a good practice player who you can plug in there and you know, you don't fall off a cliff in terms of the talent level and the intensity level. So, you know, it's gotten some of our younger guards a lot of reps in practice, which is a good thing.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Okay.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, guys.